get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Who am I but I'm Dre Mac? Came into the game just to spit facts. Into the space that I'm in. They got me by the Dre cause I'm cold with the pen. I find no diamonds but I still shine. You can dig me cause my boy's mine. My tracks flame like a dilute. I order blood on my tongue. Thinking this is warm blue. I'ma throw with a gas leak. Camouflage in the mist, but you smell me. One spark, then I bet you I'ma blow up. Just throw my name around, get stupid, then you go dumb. No rest for the weary. My verse is thinking in his man, but you can't see me. You rather drink than go pull up. I'm drinking knife through the game, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. I came to eat at the a la carte. Got stripped of a bear, call me brainstorm. Then I come together like a Voltron. Then I pour all the planks, you use the Decepticons. Fake rappers to retreat like Cobra. 80s they can float, they like up in the storage and I'm man. Up, down, then I'm cheap. You a beast, man. I take a beat in. Ninja Turtle rap, Turtle Clans, keep the feed in. Hot in my ride. You can call me Night Rider. You can never stop me. Cause I'm a guy bomb. Bad attitude like a rocket. My whole to the A. And I bet you can't stop us. LL bad when I go and show up. You can hear the haters in the back. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What is going on, everybody? It's your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. This time doing it at 9 o'clock Central Time, 10 o'clock on the West Coast. If you're on the East Coast, you better be up. That's all I gotta say is you better be up. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Get up, because you already know that the early bird gets the worm. And the reason why I'm starting this late, let me turn this down a little bit. Starting this late, my first of all, I just got a brand new phone. My computer needed to do an update to the newest version of Apple, all this kind of crap, and that crap like took a minute. You know what I mean? Like it took a minute. So that's the reason why I am so incredibly late coming in here, but you know, I'm here regardless. You know what I mean? I'm here regardless. Yes, we about to talk about Eldris Hodge and get into the first episode of this movie. It's Cross. Godly, I'm having a brain fart. Excuse me. So, you know, we're about to get into it here in just a second. So, hold up. What did I just do? What did I do? Oh, yeah. But hope you guys are happy. Hope you guys are healthy. You know what I mean? Let's get into it. Shout out to my man Heavy Gam, but you already know. The real question is... All right. Let me see what's all in here and get into this real quick. Let's get into this here. Big Shemaze, what's up with it? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Rashad Walker, good morning, good morning. Calico, good morning, good morning, good morning. Top of the morning, brother Jay. How goes Chapcast? No, to the TV, get the girls ready for school. I appreciate you coming in. Probably gonna miss the intro, but rather see them on the bus. All right, man, do your thing, man. Kids first. And I was late anyway. Uh Tracy Woods, good morning, good morning, good morning. Xavier Phoenix, good morning. Tina, aka Mitchell Guys, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. He said we go together. Now we go together. What up, Jaden Foreman? Good morning, good morning. Robbie D, good morning, good morning. And y'all don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah, it said got bars on the Knight Rider side of the game. That's hilarious. Um, okay, so I don't know if you guys know, but Cross actually is not the first time that Alex Cross has been on the big screen, small screen. You know, right now he has the number one trending show on Amazon right now. And uh yeah, he's not playing a race. Yeah, what's up, Chill? Yeah, he's not playing a race swap. That's the good thing. So there's a movie that came out back in 1997 that I absolutely love because I'm a big when it comes to thrillers, you know, I'm really big into psychological criminal thrillers. Like there's a serial killer, we're trying to find out who it is, you know, this person has a pattern and the detective is doing everything he needs to do to be able to solve the crime. I love that. Besides action, you know, comic book movies, you know, kung fu, this is one of my favorite genres. Anything that's a mystery, you know, we got to solve the crime. I'm all about. Again, this is one of the reasons why I liked certain a certain Star Wars show, and a lot of people didn't because I was trying to find out the mystery, even though that I found out the mystery way before, you know, but you had Kiss the Girls was the first of the Alice Cross movies, right? And that came out a long time ago with Morgan Freeman. Then you had Along Came the Spider, you know, that came out after that. And then that was with Morgan Freeman also. That was in 2002. Yeah, Along Came the Spider is dope. I mean, Kiss the Girls is good. To me, Along Came the Spider is great. You know what I mean? And then you had Alex Cross with Tyler Perry. So now we're getting a younger Alex Cross in this Cross Amazon show. And I've already went through episode 1 through I'm already on episode 5. Yeah, High Crimes with Morgan Freeman, Ashley Judd, yes. Really good. Kiss the Girls, great. Along Came the Spider, phenomenal. Now, to me, this should get, you know, I don't want to call out a lot of the obvious, but I still feel like this should have got higher than a 6.9 on IMDb. But you know, it's up to us to go in, look at it, and say, you know, what's good and what's not good. Yeah, and that's why I said in Alex Cross, that was Tyler Perry. But the first two Alex Cross films was with Morgan Freeman. So we get to the Alex Cross in this is played by Ildridge Hodge. You know, this is great. This is great for a couple of reasons, and this is going to push the recast of T'Challa conversation, I think, even higher. And I'm gonna explain that. Duck reacts. What's good? What's good? Cross is getting a second season. Got to. You just got to. I'm gonna finish up episode 5 through 8 today. I went through 1 through 4. Very shocked at a lot of what was going on in here. Very shocked uh of how good and how dramatic it was. But you know what I'm saying, it was a good series nonetheless. It's been a really good series nonetheless. Why are you rolling your art on Eldris Hodge? Am I? Did I say Eldris? Eldis. It's Eldis? I do say Eldris. It's Eldis. But he said, I've only watched the first episode, but I'm loving it so far. Plus they incorporated true DC with the go-go music and mamba sauce. It's Eldis. Okay, it's Eldis. Whatever. I got some Eldis for you. Black folk has to support our own content, and other groups of people won't take it seriously or nitpick certain things simply because it's not a white-led show. And I think, you know, I'm not saying that that's why I got a 6.9. I would go over the recap. I think it should be higher. If I was rating this show, I most definitely am rating this show so far about an 8.5 out of 10. And the only reason why I'm rating it 8.5 is because I was at work, you know, watching it. Whatever. Y'all, you know what? Y'all can lick ass. You better be glad Roberta ain't in here. If Roberta was in here, I'd be going even harder. But you know, it's because of Idris. I'd be thinking of Idris and then Eldis. All of this is why they couldn't just name him Alex. But anyway, I would give it 8.5 because I literally was going through each frame of this and try to solve the crime from the very beginning. That's what I was literally doing with this show. I was literally solving the crime from the jump. Already knew I knew firsthand who the villain was from the very beginning. From the very beginning, I'm like, that's the villain. So I'm going to share my screen here. And if you are first time doing this recap with me, then you already know that I go through each frame by frame. You know, I do not, in Iraq repeats, do not play any audio or video because I don't want to get in trouble with Amazon. So if you don't see any audio or anything like that, there's a reason why. Closed captioning will be on just in case. And then we do have the x-ray. So, and I do like the x-ray on Amazon because I actually get to see. And like, if I forget, you know, who's in the scene, you know, it'll actually tell me who's in that scene, the music that's playing, so on and so forth. So, let's get started. Underrated chef, my man Marcus. What's up, Dre? Had to show love for the live, but gotta watch after episode 1. Hey man, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying, with the $5 super chat. I got you. You know, for you, I'm gonna give you a little gang banging, no Diddy. Gang banging, gang banging, gang banging. We got to stop the gang banging around here. All right. The first episode is called Heroes Complex. And I love the way that in this series. Now, one thing I can say about this series that is totally different from a lot of the content that we've been getting, you know, is that when you're looking at the layers of the complexity of the show, the Heroes Complex, when they talk about the Heroes Complex, it does come up in the show and it makes sense. You know what I mean? It makes sense. So the title goes along with the dialogue that you're seeing so you can understand the hero complex that Alex is going through right now. And shout out to Isaiah Mustafa being in the show. I don't know if you guys know that Isaiah Mustafa was the Old Spice pitch man for a long time. He was a guy who was the what you call that, the Minotaur, you know, for a minute. You know what I mean? So or on the horse. No, he was a horse. It was the Minotaur. Yeah, the Old Spice commercials, and they make a joke about him smelling like Old Spice in here, which I thought was very clever. Uh he said, if you're getting the taste of DC life with this show. And being real with you, I like it. I like it because we are seeing a lot of things. For me, I only went through the airport. I didn't get to go through I flew into DC, saw the Washington Monument. I almost freaked out because I'm like, oh man, snap, that's the Washington Monument. Because I'm in tourism mode. You know what I'm saying? I see the White House. Oh, snap, that's the White House. And then I was like, slaves built that. You know what I'm saying? And then, as we we're descending over on DC, I'm like, Benjamin Banneker constructed the thought process of Washington, D.C. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, snap. You know what I mean? I want to go and back and see this. So, yes, I do want to go. I will plan me a trip next year to D.C. Oh, trust and believe. But I think we're doing the BlurCon in DC, I believe. You know what I mean? So, things about to come. We about to get some things cracking here in a second. You know what I mean? But I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. So we about to have some things cracking. Like I said, I can't wait to be able to meet with you guys when I do go out there and kick it. You know what I mean? So we started off, in this particular scene. Oh God! Now the X-ray mode is kind of like on. I did not want to. Well, anyway, matter of fact, while we're at it, I'm gonna play this scene. So in this particular scene, they're watching a football game. Alex is with his wife. His wife, as you can see up here, oh God, come on now. His wife is Maria Cross. You know what I'm saying? You got Isaiah Mustafa. Like I said, he's playing John Simpson, which is his partner in this. And the girlfriend of him, Onika. Jesus. I hate doing this late because you already know I'm kind of sleepy. But, they're having this intimate moment. They're hanging out. They're kicking it. They're watching the game and stuff like that. And Isaiah and his date, his girlfriend or whatever, does not like the public show of affection that Alex is showing, his wife in this. So they go out, they get ready to powder their nose. Let's go powder their nose. When people say powder their nose, I'm thinking of the Marcus Jordan Booger Sugar when they talk about powdering their nose. You know what I mean? So, and you said in the story, every Alex Cross iteration, his wife always dies in this fashion. So, I think this is interesting because I don't remember. Like offhand, I remember watching Kiss the Girls, but I don't remember if they ever talked about Alex Cross as his wife in Kiss the Girls or Along Came the Spider. You know what I mean? I don't remember. I believe they hinted to it, but I don't remember if there was a main factor in this. In that iteration. So you can quote me, don't quote me on that. I just don't remember. Put it more like that. I did not, what crazy part is, I never seen the Tyler Perry version. And I'm going to be honest with you. The reason why I didn't watch the Tyler Perry version of it is I just don't believe Tyler Perry gives me Alex Cross. I'll just be honest with you. And I skipped that all together. Now, Morgan Freeman, yes. Tyler Perry, not so much. Just being honest with you. So I skipped it because it was Tyler Perry and I wasn't buying him as Alex Cross. Wasn't buying him as as a detective. You know what I mean? I just didn't. So I didn't watch it. You said I won't fault you for it. It was mid. And I like to see a good crime drama. You know what I mean? With twists and turns. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. So yeah. Just being real. All right, so he goes out and him and Isaiah's having a conversation, and then bow, you hear the gunshot, and they go over and you see, I don't know if I could show that. I don't think it's kind of covered. Okay. But you see that she's been shot, you know what I'm saying? And she loses her life in this. And I'm not gonna lie to you. What's up, Blue? Yeah. Salute to Eldris and Isaiah for this. Uh they did they think, but I'm gonna be real with you. You know, with the whole with his wife getting shot, the acting on this actually had me in my feels. You know what I'm saying? Because he's going through PTSD with the loss of his wife. Like he literally watched his wife die. And going through the PTSD and trying to be a detective all at the same time was the acting in it and the tone of the show. The tone of the show I really like. What up, Smash Balls? Good to see you, brother. You see, I give it a 10 out of 10. That's what's up. I got an 8. I got it at 8.5 only because I was solving the mystery. I was solving the mystery. Some stuff I didn't catch. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of it I was smashing. Because I see you. What up with it? I was already solving the crime because I like crime dramas. So I was already like, I'm connected. So a lot of these dots, you know what I mean? So we get the scene here. And this is, I'm going to tell you like this. This is, if you were on Recast T'Challa and you were saying, well, who can replace Chadwick? You're looking at Eldris High. I was on Desmond Eldris because of the look, because to me, you know, if they were tripping about, he doesn't look like Chadwick. Well, I'm just being honest with you. You know what I mean? Desmond Eldris would be the perfect lateral move. Put it more like that. Because he has the same build, the same look. You know what I'm saying? Could he add on an extra 15 pounds of muscle? Yes. Yeah, which they will make him do. But I was looking at him like, you know, that'd be a lateral move. I am now, and I had to think about it because of a little show that used to come out, and I think they used to play it on like UPN or the CW. A little show that Eldest Hodge played in. You bastards, Chill and Torian. Was a little show called Leverage. Now, if y'all remember Leverage, Eldest was the smartest guy in the room on that show. Right? He was the smartest guy, you know what I mean, on the show. And in this, because it was on TNT for I watched it in syndication, but so in syndication it used to come on like whatever the CW show was or WB or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? I watched it in the syndication. I never watched it on TNT. I watched it when it was on regular ass TV because I was broke. I was broke, son. I was broke. But yeah, Leverage was great. Yes, he did have a presence. Now, but you're the geek, yeah. So while he's on this show, one thing that I want you to recognize is that he's showing a lot of intelligence and a lot of foreseeing, being a detective, being on his Batman shh. You get what I'm saying? So if you watch a lot of the stuff that he's doing, he's pointing things out and he's using a lot of his charisma to be able to get the answers that he needs. Now, if anybody knows anything about T'Challa, is that the T'Challa from the comics uses, you know, his intellect to be able to solve a lot more of the crime. Besides him whooping ass, he uses a lot of his intellect to be able to solve complex situations where even Reed Richards got to sit back and be like, damn. Even Tony Stark was like, ooh. You know what I mean? He was like, he was good in The Invisible Man as well. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. The only role that he was miscast in was MC Ren and Straight Outta Compton. Yeah, that wasn't him, but he was a great Jim Brown in One Night in Miami. So I think it was One Night in Miami. So what I'm saying is, Eldest is giving me 110% Black Panther. Like for real, for real, for real, for real. Like I was looking at everybody else, and I'm like, but the way that they made his character, I'm on board with him being Black Panther. Now it's funny in this scene. He didn't get much lines as MC. He don't look like MC Ren. What's up, Antoine Films? He was like, Eldest has the bill from his Hawkeye. Yeah, he didn't get much lines as MC. He just, yeah, I mean, shit, he could be that too. But honestly, the Stephen James can come in as Night Thrasher also. It's very underrated. Very underrated, but he was great as Jim Brown. It was that's what it is, Ion. That's what it is. I was trying to think it was one of them show Ion because I watched it in syndication. And it's funny that we still get WGN here in Kansas City. You know what I mean? We got WGN for years in Kansas City, so I knew a lot of stuff in Chicago. And that's how I got to watch my Chicago Bulls back in the day. Besides my Boston Celtics, the Chicago Bulls, my team. But anyway, I'm going on a tangent. But anyway, like I said, in here, he's literally, while he's dealing with this racist, you know what I mean? He was listening so attentively, he was up there solving crimes. You know what I mean? I'm kind of glad it's kind of like doing this so I don't get in trouble with Amazon. Yeah, Ion. Yeah, it was on Ion. I used to watch it in the mornings. For me, it used to come on in the mornings. You know what I'm saying? Like 4 something in the morning. Me working overnights and stuff like that. But yeah, so while he was in there, while the other detective in there was Akbar, you know what I'm saying? Saying all this racist stuff to him. Alex already was like, yeah, he already gave us a confession. Y'all just missed it. I haven't checked the new movie Parallel yet, though. So he already knew. But for real. Let's just kind of play out. Like, tell me he doesn't have that doesn't give you Black Panther from Civil War. Yeah. Hey, he was about to crash completely out. But the way he walked in with this swagger, this charisma, all of that, I can literally see him talking to, a Reed Richards or anything like that. But, with that, I think it's South African accent that they use, because he took a lot of Nelson Mandela's cadence as far as Chadwick Boseman, used a lot of that for his development of T'Challa. You know what I mean? So to me, the way that they operated, the way he came in as a psychologist. Just think about it like this. What is T'Challa known as? Put it in the comment section, put it in the chat if you watch this on a replay. Put it in the comment section below. What is T'Challa known for as far as his intelligence? What is his greatest assets as far as his intellect? Put it in the chat or put it in the comment. You watch this on a replay, because this is going to make sense why he is perfect T'Challa, but why he's the perfect Alex Cross for this show. You know what I mean? So, he let this guy know that he already had a confession. You know what I mean? And he pointed out exactly, what the confession, you said shadow physics. That, he's a chemist, but it's problem solving. His greatest asset has always been problem solving. This is the reason why he's one of the smartest guys in Marvel Comics. He's one of the reasons why, to stop the incursions. That's crazy that's on the screen right now. Let me skip past that. You know, in the comics, it's always been he always thought 10 steps ahead of everybody. He already had it solved before you can even think about it. Think about his introduction into Marvel Comics in Fantastic Four number 52 and 53. They wrote him so he can always be 10 steps ahead. You know, just like how Batman, you know what I'm saying, can be able to solve crimes just using his intellect, just using, you know, a lot of it is common sense. What's up, Dr. Carpy? Shalom, shalom. And it's the Sabbath, my brother. So shalom to you. But that's what I saw, is him being just a step ahead, being attentive with everything that's going on, listening and being like, oh, I got you here. You know what I mean? Even in fights, he's always looking like, okay, I'm already 10 steps ahead of you. Wouldn't you like, it sounds like this is an audition for, I'm telling you, would you like for your T'Challa to be like, let's be real. Keep it real. Wouldn't you want to be your T'Challa to be like this? I'm just saying, he's already showing you how to be able to do it in this scene alone. And yes, I went on a tangent about T'Challa. You know what I mean? But literally, this is kind of how you want to do it. So, anyway, Rosemary Carter, what is up? I ain't seen you in a long time. Nice to see you up in the Chizat. You know what I mean? But he said, you know, he's breaking this guy down. And that's the biggest thing. He's using his intellect. He's talking to him softly. You know what I'm saying? He's actually kind of joking with him. You know what I'm saying? And he's using a lot of stuff against him. You know what I'm saying? So he can be able to bring out what he needs to bring out so he can be able to solve or be able to get the confession that he needs. Because he said, you know, you're not going to get a confession, but he gave all the telltale signs of him lying. You know what I mean? He gave it all. And that's what's so cool about this, because you go from him losing his wife to showing his intellect and showing exactly how to be able to use that intellect in the right frame of mind. For one, him being black and using his blackness against him. Then he uses his intellect against him and told him, this is how you gonna confess to, because you said this. And he knew the reference and how to be able to solve that reference and be able to get that out of him. And this is it, life's fitful fever. And he tell you, look, and one thing he did, it was like, damn, he looked away like, you say, yeah, I caught that. And you see him starting to breathe. He's starting to like, damn, I'm busted. This is why, this is why Batman is my favorite DC character too. The way that you are able to break something down, do you think you will be able to pull this off? Psychology was my major in college. I dropped that after a year, but psychology was my major in college, and I love studying people's habits. I'm a creature of habit, and I love studying people because I pick up on your habits. I pick up on things that you do really quickly. I know if I'm around you long enough, I know what the hell you're doing. So I most definitely would be able to do this, because this is what I love. This is what I wanted. I didn't want to be a detective, but I wanted to be a psychologist so I could be able to break you down from a physical standpoint, from your emotions, the way you look, if you look at me eye to eye, all of that stuff. So he was telling me, it's a confession on tape. I got you. Busted. Free chicken. I love this. See. And I still got that video to make. See, you playing right now. Anyway, got him the free chicken. He says it's a military term, free chicken. Yeah, I got you busted. You know what I'm saying? So he already got him. See, it's your arrangement. He's like, I didn't even know he got it. And he did it without having to put his hands on him. You know what I mean? He did it without having to put his hands on him. And he's like, damn, I didn't even think you was going to get the confession. Rosemary Carter, back being a member of the crew. Shout out to Rosemary Carter for coming back in. Thank you so much. said, when I'm speaking who blinged up, I'm who they bring up. Thank you for being a part of the crew again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Smash Ball, it's the delivery. It's the way he did it. He did it too smooth. He did it too smooth. You know what I mean? I will say that that's what I'm, Rosemary, thank you so very much. I really appreciate you. You know what I mean? But the music, the whole nine, you know what I'm saying? Like seeing your guys' city, shout out to Torian, shout out to Robin D and who and others who's from the DMV. You know what I mean? You know, this is your city. You know what I mean? They give it full light to your city. You know, I did like to see, you know, showing a lot of the blackness of the city, because I do hear, I don't know, you got to tell me, but I did hear that Washington, D.C. is very black. It's just as black as Atlanta. You know what I mean? It's just as, but now y'all can tell me if I'm right or wrong. You guys is from D.C., but I heard it's chocolate. That's the other part of Chocolate City. You know what I mean? The other Chocolate City. You know what I'm saying? But I did like, because if they made a show about Kansas City, I would love for them to see. And I'm gonna give the nickname used to be Chocolate City. That's right. And I gotta give a shout out. Gotta give a shout out to the show. For one, I have that same car, but mine got the blackout package. But I got that same car. But I'm gonna shout them out for the simple fact is that they use a lot. The two main characters is driving Fords. You know what I mean? Now I ain't gonna lie, unless he got the premium package on that car with the active exhaust, that car don't sound like what it sounds like in the show unless he changes his exhaust. Other than that, I was like, that's what I'm getting ready to do next year, change my exhaust. But cross, I'm still trying to find that so I can use it as a thumbnail, but I'll find it. But yeah, I love the start of this. You know what I mean? I love the start of this because it does show the vicious murder of this young man. They don't show it the way that you should show it, but this is when I'm looking at a detective show, right? You said Torian, you said I think they really did shoot this or some scenes in DC. I say used to be because gentrification occurred, and now it's more like Swirl City. Oh, okay. But when I come out to DC, y'all gotta holler at me. I come out to DC, y'all gotta show a brother something. Show me where to get a drink or something. You know what I'm saying? Show a brother a good time. But so this is what I look for. Main thing I'm in any detective story that I'm watching, when they show the main antagonist, what I look for build. For one, it's the first thing I look for is build. The reason why I look for the build, because there's going to be a scene where you're walking. They always do this. I don't care what show that you watch. They're always going to show the main antagonist build and them walking. They're just going to show it in the shadows. And then they're going to show the main antagonist somewhere within the landscape of the show. So I'm always looking for who fits the bill and who walks like that. You know what I'm saying? The way that he walks. I have a distinctive walk. You know what I mean? And I watch my son who walks like me. That's what they say, because I walk on my toes. So I have a distinctive walk. The way my build is, I walk with my shoulders square. I walk like I'm getting ready to fight. So if you know you're looking for, the suspect in a crime show, watch his build and watch the way that the character walks. Unless they throw you a curveball where the character walks a little bit different, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like Kaiser Soze, or who can I think of who kind of gave me a run for their money? It was a couple, but I also look at, obviously this is a white man. When I was looking at this, I'm like, okay, This is a white man because you're looking at his hands. You see he's white. You know what I'm saying? Slender build. And I'm not gonna lie, it kind of gave me a little bit when they cut his hair. When he cut his hair, because at first I was trying to think, what is this about? Especially when it went to the Black Lives Matter, protests and all of that. I'm like, okay, are we doing? They're killing activists. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to hear Tyrone Magnum's mouth. Woke is woke. Oh my God! As soon as I seen it, it was woke, and I don't know what to do about myself because man, it's woke, 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 woke. So that was I'm not gonna lie, it was a concern of mine, but my mind was quickly changed as we went on. So these kids playing basketball see the young man dead in the car. So that's when they call the police. So now they're having the justice for Amir. Yeah. I got to change the exhaust. Put a cold air intake in there. You know what I'm saying, and put a tuner in there. So yeah, my car about to be paid off in a year, and then after that, I'm probably gonna get another Mustang. Have to. But they're doing they're having in this particular scene, they are having a protest. They feel like the cops knew something about the murder of Amir, and they're blaming the cops about this. So you get to meet, this is Chris. You get to meet him. Chris will be a valuable part of the show later on. He utilizes everything. You know what I mean? He utilizes everything in the show. Forrest McLeod, what up? What's good? Good morning. And what I mean by utilize, Alex Cross was coming off rude, but again, he's using everybody because he's attentive with his listening. He's using common sense listening skills. You know what I mean? So they're talking about this Amir case, and they want to let's be real. The chief wanted to, Chief Anderson got a little bias in her. She wanted to put the two Negroes on it. But the thing is that Alex already knew who Amir was. You know what I mean? And we're only doing the first episode. Well, I'm going to do the second episode in a couple days, so on and so forth. Hey, Aisha. Hey, get out of here, Aisha. Go. Get now. Don't you stay up in here and watch this Alex Cross, all this wokeness, all this extra blackness. Get now. Go watch it and come back. So they're trying to, the activist is like, yo, it's a protest. The police did it. That's like it's a conspiracy. It's some bull. Said I got to come to Texas too. You know what I mean? That's another trip I need to take. That's a drive for me. I need to drive down to Texas anyway. But anyway, so Alex and John decide to go ahead and take this case because they know who it is. So they're having this briefing and they're trying to, you got all the detectives in here. You know what I mean? They're sitting around, they're trying to solve this case. You know what I mean? And they're coming up with a lot of things. Now, what I like about Alex to Texas all day is a lot of good melanin in here. A lot of good melanin. You know what I mean? And of course, I know I already know my auntie is from Nacogdoches, Texas. We used to go to Dallas all the time. I lived in Houston. You know what I'm saying? Hook 'em horns, baby. You know what I mean? All right, Aisha. But yeah, got love for Houston, got love for Dallas, got love for Texas. You know what I mean? Shout out to Texas. But anyway, so one thing, if you notice about everybody's kind of like, just think about it like this. Again, this is when you being attentive. So yeah, for the Old Spice commercial, I talked about that earlier. So I didn't know he was that old too. He's 50 now. But if you notice, everybody's kind of being fidgety. One thing about Alex is constantly thinking. Now, why do I say that that's important? When you're constantly thinking, you're listening, No, I'm not from East Central. I'm from KC. I'm from KCK. But my auntie was, God rest her soul, was from Nacogdoches, Texas. I still got an auntie that lived down in Dallas. You know what I mean? Uncle and auntie that still live down there. So yeah. But that's 8 hours for me. That's down 35 for me. It's nothing. But anyway, I'm getting off a tangent. But yeah. But so he's getting ready to go into where Amir's people. I'm gonna be in Canada too. Me and Brett the Hitman Hart and Bam Bam Bigelow gonna go hang out. We ain't even gonna think about chill. And then me and the Honky Talk Man go hit up a saloon and have beers and drink later. So we get with the activists. This was Malika. This was Amir's sister. She's the one who's leading the Black Lives Matter, you know what I'm saying, protest. This young man back here, if you can see, his name is Tavio. He knows what's going on. But of course, she's trying to play like, yeah, I can see that they seen the two Negroes down here. And, it's trying to go, yeah, he's going all over. By the end of my life, I'm trying to hit it all. Trying to be everywhere. You know what I mean? So again, she's over here telling them like, hold up, wait a minute. He was a devout Muslim. He had a head full of hair. He wouldn't just cut his hair and all of that for no apparent reason. He didn't even eat pork. You know what I'm saying? He's lit, and that's what I'm saying. He's not talking. He's just listening, and he's looking at her body language. You know what I mean? He's looking at her. He's listening to her, but he's looking at her body language because again, you could tell when someone is lying. You could feel it. He's looking at everything, and he's listening. And again, I got to get a writing. Wichita Falls. Oh, shout out. Oh, are you in Wichita, Kansas, or Wichita Falls? But because if you're in Wichita, Kansas, my people live down there. My brother's down there. Shout out to Suave, Rico Suave. Anyway, and my other little brother, PJ, Jasmine, my little sister. Anyway, my people live down there too. Anyway, but I do give the writing a lot of props because they use a lot of stuff like the activists coming up dead to cover a lot of the basis for what they think that's going on in this series. You know what I'm saying? So I do like that. Now, some people ain't gonna like this. Is this woke? Oh man, they're using woke stuff. No, they're using it to paint the picture. They're using it to create an atmosphere. Remember, the city is just as much as a character, or the area is just as much as a character as the actual actors. Think about Friday. Craig's Craig's front porch was just as much of a character, or the neighborhood was just as much as a character as the actual actors, as much as Craig, Day, all of them. That neighborhood was a character. That's what you have to look at when you're looking at the landscape of what's going on. It's a character. What is that character? What is the city saying? They're on high alert because of everything that was going on at this particular time with BLM, activists coming up dead, Sandra Bland, Philando Castile, all of these things is going on. You know what I'm saying? And activists that came up dead. So, they're at the height of, defund the police and all of that. Why is that important? Because you want to be able to create what these people are thinking of at that time. And why there's going to be so much conflict to get particular answers. Again, that's why you need to just pay attention to Alex, because what Alex is doing is using his charm and his charisma to get out the answers of everything that he needs. Just by simply talking, because there's a rule: you can catch more flies with honey than you can with vinegar. You know what I mean? So, yeah, and that's the reason why, like I said, only reason why I gave it an 8.5 because I was solving the crime. And that's not fair because it's really a well-written, well-done show. And again, it had me in my feelings. So I bump it to 9.5. I bump it up to a 9.5 because that's not fair. Because I was over here legitimately stopping, hey, looking at certain stuff. You know what I mean? Pulling up the information. What is this? What does that mean? That's what I was doing while I was watching this. So that's not fair. It's a 9.5. You know what I'm saying? Show. But but what I do like again. Okay. Once we get to the end of the season, I gotta see because I went through four episodes. You know what I'm saying? So once we get to episode number 8, once I get to episode number 8 in the recaps, and I do recap number 8 to give you my overall thoughts, we'll see where it's at then. But right now it's a 9.5, and because the emotional beats, you know what I mean? It's like I said, the emotional beats with the wife is the best thing about the acting in here. You know what I mean? So again, he's using just him being charismatic to get information. I told him if it was between me and him, me and the bacon. Now, remind you, he said that he used turkey bacon, right? Now, me being an Israelite, I don't eat pork. I haven't ate pork in 10 years. You know what I mean? Once I changed over, I stopped eating a lot of stuff. So when she's explaining this from a religious dietary point, he got that information because it would be vital. Everything that you hear will be vital in the long run because he's actively listening to this. You know what I mean? So again, now you're with the kids, you're with mama, what's it, Nana Mama? Yeah, and it is heartbreaking, So he's with his kids, and hopefully, we get I don't do it. But hopefully if he becomes T'Challa, he ain't with TJ, and one of these kids get cast as TJ. But I Melody Hurd was in Them. Also, she was one of the little girls in Them. So I do like that. I think Juanita Jennings was in something else. I can't think of what it is. Yeah, I don't eat pork, bottom feeding fish. I don't eat anything that's from the Leviticus laws. I don't eat. But that's just me personally. You know what I mean? So he's encouraging his kids, going to the meet. Now, this is where this is where I started to start looking at stuff a lot different. And trust me, there's some suspect. There's another suspect on my list. I'm not going to say it until we get there. But this lady right here, Samantha Walks, very gorgeous. And I do love this dynamic in the show. This show is a psychological sociology major. This is my major in college was psychology. This is right up my alley. Right up my alley. Did you notice in one of the scenes where they busted to a woman's apartment, her number was 227. The show 227 took place in. I did notice it, but I didn't actually know that 227 was based in DC. I did not know that. So you just put me up on game on that one. All right. So, he's meeting this woman for the first time. Now, again, this is what I noticed. She was like, you just eye candy. But when he came in to kiss her, you know what I mean? I see that he kissed her on her cheek in the way that she looked past him. And I was thinking, like, okay, what was the time frame from the time he lost his wife to now, which they eventually give me here. But when he went in to kiss her, I already could tell, like, she wanted a kiss, but he kissed her on the cheek. So for me, I was like, okay, is he really trying to date this woman, or what's really going on? With this character, with this situation. PTM Productions, what's going on? And I love 227. That's the first time I've seen Regina King. So try not to skip anything. Now, again, This is where you see the main antagonist going into the home. Right? So the antagonist, and like I said, what I normally do is look at build. Now, when I was looking at this, I was like, wait a minute. There is something off about the build of this person. You see what I mean? The build of this person is not moving in a way that the build of the person from the first scene happened. Right? No. Let me take that back. No, the build is right. It was the way that person was walking because they were walking fast, but there were certain things that gave me context clues. For one, they're putting the now I know this is a Hollywood trick. So even though they use this one little dim light, they dimmed it enough and they put a little bit of saturation on this scene to make this person look like they were either light brown or light brown skin. Because if they're white, you know what I mean? If they're purely white and you got more light, you can clearly see that. But with the level of light that we getting in this scene, it made it ambiguous to what this person is. But that's what gave it away. Right here. That's what gave it away. Yeah, there's more. There's a lot of people that's in this that has their hands in everything. I don't want to give it away because again, you know what I'm saying? I'm already up to episode 4. I kind of I binge watched it last night and I got 4 more episodes to go. So we come over here and we're meeting this character for the first time. This is Ed Ramsey, played by Ryan Eggold. Immediately, I'm sorry, spoiler warning, immediately when this character talks, there's one thing that this show gave away. When a character talks, I always look at, why are you saying what you're saying? What are you looking at? What are you looking for? He was like, oh, the detective call. He was like, oh, I know who you are. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I'm a huge fan of you. And then he started breaking down the cases, like, the way that he did it. Now, I'm going to show you. When there were certain things that he said in here that automatically gave me pause, right? He was like, that's great. This one really hits home. Even though he has no connections, like this guy has no connections besides being a rich white guy to the Godspeed murder. What gave it away to me is the way he's looking. He was like, did you know Amir? Right? Watch the way that he looked away to go, okay, so if he really was, to me, sentimental about the situation, right? If he was really sentimental about the situation, he would have looked Alex in his face and said, man, that, I don't know him, but I'm sick of situations like this, because that's what hurts. What he did was he turned to the young lady first, right? Why would you want to turn to her first? You don't want to give eye contact over to the person that could probably dissect you, you know what I'm saying, with just your look of your eyes. But the whole looking down, like you're showing sympathy, but you're really not. I hate I hate to say this, but when people that don't care about your situation, that's how they look. When they look at you, or they hear your situation, they look down, they look everywhere else but at you until they're trying to prove a point. Because they know you're going to look at them in a way where you know that they're full of crap. You're going to know that they're full of crap. He did not talk to. Now you're talking about the Cosby situation, but you're not looking at Alex. You know what I'm saying? You're not looking at Alex that whole entire time. You're looking away. You're looking at everybody, but then you're only looking at him when you're at the end of the conversation. You know, and then you're trying to, you're trying to get out information. This is where I knew I was like, he's suspect number one. You know, he's suspect number one. You're trying too hard to sound sympathetic. You're trying too hard to sound sympathetic, and I didn't like it. You know, so again, when he looks at his phone, you know, he's talking about throwing a party, but I wanted you guys to catch something. That woman is gorgeous. I'm just saying, that woman is gorgeous. All right. So, you know, he went and gave him his, he's gave him his card, and again, all Alex did was sit there and just watch him and just listen. He didn't give nothing away. But again, I had to watch his, I had to watch everything, his movements and everything. Yeah, she is gorgeous. The hair, the whole nine. Now, mind you, he was at the gala. This person is still in Alex's house. Again, look at the build. Hold on, I'm gonna show you. Look at how this person is walking. Look at the build. Matter of fact, I already knew this was a woman based on the build, the shoulders slunk in, the way that this person walks with their arms waving out. Watch, you will see. It's like a little girl with a big raincoat on. Watch how she walk. Watch how they walk off. That's not normally, guys don't walk like that. You know what I'm saying? She walked off. She walked off like a woman. You know what I mean? Very tight, uptight, upright. You know what I mean? And again, that gets solved in a later portion of this. So this is the mother, which this has a lot of connections, but this is the mother, and she's with her daughter. This is Shannon. Shannon's going to be a very important character later on. You know what I mean? But again, you're looking at clues. Again, I was starting to think, how many guys, did the main antagonist have on his payroll? I kind of still missed a shot. So if you look, okay, because I got to get in the shot. But the guy gives this guy takes a picture of Becky and her mom and Shannon. So now we get into the autopsy. He asked him, he got something from us. He said, they had the last meal. So he started talking about the last meal that he had. He had a cupcake, extra sprinkles, pork chop, all of this. You know what I mean? So as soon as I knew he had a pork chop, I'm like, well, if he had a pork chop and his mama say he got out of prison, was a devout Muslim, he's not eating no pork. He might do a lot of other stuff, but he ain't eating no pork. Now, this character right here, immediately got on my nerves. And this is Bobby. You know what I'm saying? We come to find out Bobby is a cop from Metro PD. You know what I mean? So the guy Johnny Ray Gill playing the hell out of this character though. But this is where he's with the detective. I mean, with the chief of police. They're having a good little wholesome meal, ain't they? Is that lobster? So they're trying to find a media spin to this, and he's like, no, it's not a suicide. Somebody killed this guy. You know what I mean? This is what he had in his in his stomach and all that. This is not a suicide. Whatever you're trying to say it is, it's not. You know what I mean? So we can kind of miss it on this. So that's why she was scoffing at it. She was like, those who convert later on, like they pick and choose. So he's talking about, he's giving you the psychology of someone who who has a converts to a new religion. You go from Christianity, you become a Muslim. You're gonna follow certain things to a T. You know what I mean? So, but again, the chief Anderson, she just really just wants the media spin off of the protests. She don't care nothing about nothing else. Let's just spin this so we're not even thinking about the actual protests or the depth of this activist. He said Debo Samuels walks like that. What's up, Buck Stalls? That's hilarious. Yeah, I didn't like Bobby from the jump. I don't like people I don't like the air that dudes like that. But when I seen my man who could have played Tupac, when I seen these pictures in the red room, I'm like, so again, this is what I started doing. I started looking, I'm like, okay, what does the two pictures mean? You know what I'm saying? I see that they look alike. I was like, was they brothers? What was going on? So then I seen the Sandman. And then I seen Maurice Freeman Jr. So again, I Googled this. I started Googling this. I'm like, oh, snap. And if you watch this, these are all serial killers. You know what I mean? And then I stopped. I'm like, wait a minute. So the Sandman had grilled pork chops, garlic mashed potatoes, steamed asparagus, German chocolate cake with sprinkles, a 2-liter Canada dry ginger ale. He was thirsty if he had a 2-liter. That's what he had for his last meal before he was executed. What do we know about Amir? He had the same meal. A devout Muslim is not eating no grilled pork chops. So, we get into the similarities. You know what I'm saying? Of the two subjects. As soon as I seen Aileen, I was like, hold up, I know who that is. As soon as I see that, I was like, monster. You know what I mean? Shout out to Charlize Theron doing that movie. God, did she get into that character? So I was like, okay, these are serial killers. John Wayne Gacy and all these other people, these are serial killers. So now, while he's doing detective work, I'm doing detective work. He putting everything together. You know what I mean? But he's trying to find a link. And again, this is the thing that, I really liked about this first episode. You know what I mean? That I liked on this first episode, because you get to see a lot of the detective work firsthand. Now, in this scene, his son has the same Redskins, scarf that his mother had. Now, the crazy part about this is that I guess schools ban, y'all can tell me in the comment section, the ones that's in DC, did they actually ban any type of Redskins gear ever since they changed over to the Commanders, or what's going on with that? I would like to know if that's real. But so he made him take off the Redskins because that looks like his wife's. So he's telling John, like, yeah, I believe somebody snuck in my house and put that scarf there. How else could they get it there? You know what I mean? And then we come to find out that, when he was looking for his wife's killer, that John is the one who basically snitched on him, tried to look out for him good, but he got, suspended for what he did. So he started installing a lot of cameras and stuff in his house, just in case, anybody else want to do anything stupid. You know what I mean? He already there. You want to do something dumb? Okay, I got you. So Nana Mama, you know what I'm saying, is saying, if this is some big brother stuff, then we got to do it, but I don't want nothing to happen, because he got to protect, his family. He said, my son saw this part last night. It was immediately in. Like I said, really good parts. So he gets to meet up with this character who is getting them information. So, is Kaylee Craig Kaylee Craig is not the FBI agent from Kiss the Girls, is it? Matter of fact, let me just look that up real quick. And that's not Ashley Judd's character, is it? No, her name was Kate. Yeah, that's right, Kate McIntyre. That's right. So he was just letting them know that if I get some information to you, we're going to be able to swap stuff, but I need that favor, that good old favor. So now we get to see the main antagonist, the serial killer, finding exactly how to be able to woo these women in. And he literally, studied this woman to a T, made a fake profile on a dating site together, and then we find out who the main antagonist is. You know what I'm saying? This is Ed. You know what I'm saying? Old creepy Ed. And then this is how we found out that Bobby Trey, was a cop. But he's one of them dudes you want to punch in the face. So Tavio already knew, what was going on. He got the information, but the crazy part about that information, he gave it to Detective Old Bobby. You know what I'm saying? Old Bobby Trey. Now, I'm not gonna lie. This scene got me. For this scene got me. You know what I mean? For the simple fact is that they're at this dinner table. For one, John and Alex is arguing. You know what I mean? He's trying to just keep it together. You know what I mean? But in this scene, when they start talking about cops, defund the police, real conversations that some people would ask a cop. What do you think about defund the police or whatever and all of this? But my man was getting out of pocket. Joseph Pierre's played in, I want to say some Tyler Perry shows before, but he was getting way out of pocket, with some of the conversation that they start having. And then he was making people uncomfortable. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, you work for Miss Defund the Police. Nobody wants to defund the police. And then they get into this whole conversation. You know what I mean? And they get into this conversation about, is the police, you know what I'm saying, a military force, or is the police supposed to be protected and serving the people? You know what I mean? And Alice gets into it, like, oh, don't you live in the rich part of the neighborhood? We stay in the hood. We still stay where we grew up at. You know what I'm saying? So you can't talk about what we do, where we at, if you're not even from here. And put in the comment section, put in the chat now, is this a conversation? Who do you side with in this particular conversation? So, he was like, these people out here fighting for justice. You going out there and like a good little boy, whatever your captain tells you to do, you gonna do it out of pocket. So he was like, oh, let's play these hypotheticals. If I beat that ass, you know what I'm saying? Who you gonna call? You know what I'm saying? And and my man Alex snatched him up. You know what I mean? So Alex snatched him up. As soon as I seen the glass work, I was like, oh, he fighting in his woman's house. I was like, oh, snap. And my man could see, that's what I mean. You can't talk if you can't back it up. You know what I mean? You can't talk if you can't back it up. But this was deeper than just the police. This had a lot to go on with his trauma that he's going through with the loss of his wife. The loss of his wife, trying to explain how he feels. You know what I mean? A piece of him is gone. With that. And I'm glad Alex checked her. But who do you side with? Do you side with Alex or do you side with oh boy, they got snatched up? So what Alex you know, hey, you right, you know, but I believe in that too. Oh yeah. The dress she had on, yeah, the dress is beautiful. But you know, he's talking about his hero in this scene. He was talking about his hero complex, and in the hero complex, and a lot of fathers. I know I'm like this. I'm gonna be real with you. It is based on the way that I grew up. I'm always trying to save somebody. It's a hero complex. You become a father, you got to protect everybody in your house. You become a husband, you try to protect everybody in your house. You know, when you were, you know, you're a brother, you had a hero complex, you're going to try to protect everybody. Your sister, your brother, no matter who, you're going to protect everybody. You know what I mean? So, but he said, as a psychologist, he turned down trying to get help because it was like, I know they can't fix me. Or at this point, he's not trying to fix himself. You know, and she's trying to be there for him. You know what I mean? And that's it. But at the end of the day, his family is who he got, who, you know, who he has to protect at the end of the day. You know, so his son is a pianist, got into the young Mozart's program. So we get to see Eldridge over here, you know, on the black and whites. And he was like, Daddy, can you stop there? He's like, I ain't gonna stop until I get 2 kisses. So he had to make sure that the daughter came down there to give him a kiss and he would stop. You know what I mean? But it was that scene where he had on the redskin scarf that he snapped on his son. He wasn't trying to do that. You know, he wasn't trying to do that at all. But they made their way to church, you know. So I don't know if this is a Catholic church or not. I don't know. I've never been in a place where, you know, they lit candles, you know, or anything. But he put his wife's name, you know, to be able to burn a candle for them. And, you know, he has the right to grieve. You know what I mean? He has the right to grieve. You know, he's trying to move on, but it's hard. And I do like that dynamic because you're starting to see those two dynamics, you know, come and collide with each other. So he was able to, you know, with his source, you know, he was able to get some information that he needs. So he found out Tavio, you know, is the one who had the last phone call to Amir. You know, they out here kicking it now. All my DMVs, your DC folks, where is this located at? These guys out there kicking it. You know what I'm saying? There's out there kicking it. You know, with the Tokyo spinach. You know what I'm saying? They're doing a protest, a peaceful thing for Amir. You know, in this, they got the crowd hype. You know, they're looking for Tavio. Tavio was right there with Amir's baby mama. You know, he said, "Hey, you know, Tavio, we need to rap." My man took off running. You know what I'm saying? Alice and John got to go chase him. He went and found this lady, put a gun to her head, like, "Hey, man, you ain't got to do all that. Let that lady go. We just need you." You know what I mean? So eventually he gives it up. They take him into custody. You know what I mean? And why, in the midst of taking him to custody, they put one in his dome. You know what I'm saying? He drops. You know what I mean? Now that the shot came from, you know, the way he got shot. First of all, he got shot right in the dome. I was like, as soon as I seen the rifle, I was like, that ain't no banger doing that. That's somebody who's a marksman that did that. Now I want y'all to pay attention. Pay attention to this. I can't slow it down, but watch this. She goes. I wonder, is they going? Do they show it on here? No, they don't show it from that angle. But she had his, you know, his hand on his coat, and we already see for the silhouette right here. We know who this was. As soon as the gun got put up, when she went and grabbed on his stuff, which was messed up. because that's Tavio baby mama. You know what I mean? As soon as I seen this, I already knew who it was. I knew exactly who it was when I seen this silhouette. I'm like, you dog ass, you know what I'm saying, rat face, and they gave it away up here at X-Ray. Already knew who it was. He's the one who killed him. You know what I'm saying? Killed her baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? Now they got a working theory that Amir and Tevio was shot. We already know nobody in the hood is shooting nobody from that angle out no window. You know what I mean? But then we see the conversation between Bobby and Ed, and then now you start to see Shetty come in, you know. And again, we found out very early, you know, what was going on. In this whole catfish thing to lure in was wild. You know, so John is over there with the kids. You know, it was like, well, when did we get a DNA profile? You know, and then mind you, and I did talk about this earlier, mind you, he's been getting these flowers all episode. So who's been sending them flowers? The killer has been sending them flowers. He got his wife, you know, he got the picture of his kids with his wife on there. You know what I mean? And he got this woman call him, you know what I mean? Send him all this stuff. And then they hung up, you know, he ended up hanging up. Now they start to go back, you know, and start putting this information down. Finding out who's doing all this killing. And then, like I said, Ed was the one. Oh, hold up. Is this the this is the cap for last week. I mean, for next episode. But yeah, they end with, you know, that phone call from the young lady saying, hey, you know, if you want to see your kids, this is what we're gonna do. Hey, Roberta. All right, Tina. All right, now you take it easy. Oh, yeah, Kung Fu Cinema Saturdays is coming tomorrow, so don't worry about that. I will be doing it tomorrow. And hey, Roberta. Yeah, I didn't catch that Bobby is in the apps. Yes. It said, Dre, what you doing when you see Bobby? Man, dude, I do not like him. I do not like him. So yeah, so they get the recap of it. You know, like I said, I want him to get the same treatment Tavio got, but I don't even want to do that. That's too easy. I want to go ahead and let him suffer. Is you watched the episode this morning? Are you good? You can watch the recap. But this episode by itself, but I'm gonna give it a 9.5 out of 10 because again, I started figuring out stuff. They was gonna give it away anyway because I forget A Long Cage of Spider was kind of like that, and you're watching the progression of a detective. But I kind of wish they would have saved the antagonist. You know what I'm saying? And who was working with him for a later episode. So I'm giving it a 9.5, but already had me hooked, and I went from there. But yeah, I want him to suffer in that chair. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would like. But anyway, what did you guys think about this episode? This went a lot longer. This was a longer episode, but I was talking about Eldest Hodge being the new Black Panther because he's giving a lot of Black Panther vibes in this mug for me. But what do you guys think? Put in the comment section below and let me know exactly what you guys think about this.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that up, B.
All right. Thank you so very much for tuning in to another episode of the Drake Mack Show. Come back for Cross. Just look for the notification for Cross because since it's all binge watch, I'm gonna do it periodically. So I'm gonna do an episode next week. You know what I'm saying? An episode within that week because I'm gonna shoot everything until we get to all 8 episodes. You know what I'm saying? But nothing on. Hopefully I can do all of them before Thanksgiving, but we'll be finished after Thanksgiving if we don't. But again, I like it. I'm really digging it. Like I said, I'm on episode 5 right now. I can't wait to get to the end. But what did you guys think? Put it in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you never, ever, ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe power, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Where's my outro at? I gotta go. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.